The Ant and the Grasshopper. It was an ordinary day for the lazy grasshopper, who was sitting under the tree, eating herbs, playing the violin, and singing a song. La 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 la, what a beautiful day for doing nothing! And I don't know the words to the rest of the song. And then, after the grasshopper finished his ear-bleeding song, he heard a sound. So he climbed up the tree to see where the sound was coming from. And he looked down, and he saw ants marching like soldiers, carrying pieces of seed and dried fruit. And then the grasshopper thought, what are these ants doing? They're always hard working. So then the grasshopper climbed down the tree, and just then he saw a little ant who was carrying seed which was bigger than himself. And then the ant put down the seed, takes a rest, and then the grasshopper asked, what are you guys doing? Are you guys moving? No, said the ant. Well, is there a disaster? No, said the ant. We're storing food for the winter. What? Storing food for the winter? What? Why are you guys doing that now? Winter is months away, said the grasshopper. Well, what would you do in the winter then? Asked the ant. Well, I'll find something fun to do, said the grasshopper. No, I'm asking you, what will you do for food in the winter? Said the ant. I'll think about that when winter starts. And why don't you also enjoy the summer like me? Said the grasshopper. And then the ant was trying to pick up the seed to put back on its back, but it was too heavy. So then the ant asked the grasshopper, can you help me please put the seed on my back? The grasshopper said that a singer and artist like me doesn't carry such heavy things. And with the grasshopper's reply, the ant gave a look, and then the grasshopper just helped the ant carry the seed and put it on the back. And then the ant said thank you and marched down. And then the rest of the summer, the ants were storing food for the winter. And on the other hand, the grasshopper was walking around the forest, playing a violin, eating, and singing. And he did not store for the winter. So then, soon, the winter started. And all the ants could think about is, what are the other animals doing in the winter? And then the grasshopper was suffering in the winter by the cold. He hadn't eaten in days. Brr, I'm so cold and hungry. And then the grasshopper had an idea. He thought if he went to the ants' nest, would they help? Then the grasshopper walked with a lot of force because of the snow to the ant's nest. And then he knocked on the door, and then the ant asked, who is it? And the grasshopper replied, it's me, the grasshopper, said the grasshopper. And then the queen ant came and asked the little ant, what's wrong? And the little ant replied, this grasshopper who's at our door did not store food for the winter and was instead being lazy in the summer, singing songs, playing the violin, and walking around and doing nothing. And then the queen said, anybody that comes to our door for help should not be rejected. So then all the ants went outside and carried the grasshopper inside. And then with the warmth of the ant's nest, the grasshopper woke up. And then the ants gave the grasshopper food and water. And then the grasshopper said to the little ant that, I am sorry. You warned me in the summer to store food, but I didn't take it seriously. And the ant said, it's okay. This should be a big lesson for you. And then the grasshopper stayed with the ants until the winter ended. And when the winter ended, the ants gave the grasshopper food, and then all the animals lived happily ever after. The end.